Folks, welcome back, everybody. My name is Rudy. You're watching the Florida Man Chronicles video in episode number 4669. We have a couple weeks. We're in between major releases, so we're in between the Magic. We just finished Pokemon ME3, which apparently is the worst Pokemon set we've had in years, and we're about to go into this new Strixhaven 2.0 is coming up next, everybody. So a lot of you all are want to address a couple things. I want to go over the preliminaries of this Strixhaven after I got some information from distribution, other stores, and a lot of you guys out there, and kind of compiling it. I want to at least regurgitate it back to you guys in a little non-giggity way. I want to answer a couple questions with a lot of my fellow friends and store owners around the country about how to handle this market, frustrations, the consumers, the public, and everything. And I just kind of want to walk through a few things with you guys. So sit back, relax, as we have a good old-fashioned Rudy ramblin' chat. So let's start. So right now, we just passed ME3 release for Pokemon, at least wave 1 of wave 2, but there's like a half wave for some people with large allocations like me, so I have a third wave, because mine got split into 3. It's an absolute nightmare. I'm still getting waves of ME2.5, and I'm waiting on the second wave ME3, and my half missing from ME2.5. Pokemon, man. Like, bro, I get it, but golly, it drives me crazy. So ME3 is actually, I think, as of the filming of this video, is at like $199, about $205 plus tax and shipping. I think, a P.C.G player. So 10% above MSRP. So for my MSRP in this gang, I mean, ME3 Pokemon is just, people are just meeting it with a little cold shoulder. That's really about it. No, I don't think it's collapsing the market. I know we have memes and upside down graphs on the thumbnails to make people think the line's going down because, people are just stupid. But past that, I mean, yeah, it's a weaker set. But, I mean, so was Crimson Invasion, and so was Battle Styles, and so was Astral Radiance, and of course, so was Fusion Strike, and so was Chilling Reign on their third reprint. And I mean, that. But overall, yeah, ME3 is a weaker set. The money is definitely buying ME3. People are cracking packs, ripping shippings, doing their thing. But smart money and whales are very, very clear to me in messages. And they're doing the ME3 thing, but the money is going after ME2.5. Really, really strong and far greater than I had ever anticipated. ME2.5 is getting a lot of capital and big money moving to it compared to ME3. Do I have more exposure to ME2.5 or 3? I do the same thing on every set. I've had the same standing order with distribution for, since 2019. Because I was stupid and I skipped Pokemon for 2 years, like the biggest Timmy retarded idiot. Yeah, that was me. So, I mean, I don't really have a difference on skin in the game on that. If one booms and one crashes, the law of large numbers for me averages out. But I do want to tell you all, ME2.5, the whales of the industry are targeting it pretty heavily. I don't know if it's going to get endless reprints like Prismatic is, and into the future of everything. I don't know. But see, I feel like nothing's going to be treated the same as like 151 and Prismatic was. Those things, Pokemon just reprinted the hammer on that thing over and over. It reminds me of almost XY Evolutions. Like XY Evolutions, that thing just endlessly got reprinted for like 2 years. It was insane. By the way, if you haven't heard, this is your last chance. They just released they're releasing, or to big box stores, I think. I don't think distribution's getting it. Or Costco, Sam's Club, or OnlyFans. Somebody, the last wave, apparently, of the super premium collections, the SBCs for Prismatic, the one that I built a large position in. So I keep waiting to see if they'll go below 300, but because again, I'm not going to go to stores and fight people to get 1 or 2, but I've been watching my P.C.G player on eBay, and I'm like, are you going to go? Are you going to get me to 200, 250? Or are you going to crash on me? I'm like sitting here watching, like, what are we going to do? Yeah, so far those things have gone from like 390. I think the filming this is like 329, 330. I'm like, okay, well, that's not doing anything. So my advice to you guys out there, if you can get one of these drops and fight the lines and people, this is definitely your chance for the Prismatic little fancy premium thing with Little Miss Eevee on there. You're at tail end of the print run. This is it. That is a hard, if you can get that thing for anything in the 200s or less, that's free money glitch. So I don't have any for sale. I'm not going to do anything with it for at least a couple years. I'll reevaluate in like 2030. But I just want to let you guys know, If you missed out on all the other prismatic like premium collections, you know, the ETBs, the pouches, all the accessory items, like this is the time you need to say, okay, I'm either going to accept that it's going to run from me, or I'm going to make a move. Like for prismatic evolutions, you guys, this is it, man. Over from now, probably what, maybe the rest of the year, the next 6 months, this is like the final window of opportunity. Maybe it drifts a little lower on dips, maybe it spikes. I mean, but this is the range. This is it, folks. Okay, but yeah, ME3 definitely seems to be the weaker runt of the group so far, which I can't believe I'm saying the weaker set is still like over 200 a box. So not that it really means anything. I mean, it just means I feel like ME3. I'm like, it's a weaker set. Essentially, what that means, folks, is I don't think it's going to run to $600 like Destined Rivals, but it's a weak set, so it's still going to be $200 to $300. So I don't care. Take it with what you want. Like I said, last week we ran our sales on ME3. We did 2 sales to patrons. Past that, we'll see what happens next into the future. So now let's move on, shall we? Okay. So patrons, we just ran a sale with the One Piece, and yes, OP15 just came out. I did a little 3-pack thing with the older OP08s, some older out of print boxes with, because again, don't have many of the new one, with a box of OP15. I think I priced OP15 at like $210. I think I did. And I think as of the film's video, it's spiked now to $250, $260. And then I checked this morning, it dropped back to $240. And then right before I filmed this, it went back to $248. It's all over. I don't know what the price is going to settle at. I don't know if it's going to go $300 to $400. I don't know if it's going to crash back to $100 to $200. This stuff is so damn volatile. It's crazy. Again, One Piece for the last few months, like I made a video on last time, has not been climbing, has not been crashing. It is going through a consolidation phase, which is very healthy. The fact that the prices are holding where they are on sealed product, and we're going through that consolidation phase. I don't expect any more leg ups or booms or buyouts of One Piece sealed product, maybe for another couple months. But I assure you all, as we move forward, maybe the next few months into the summer or later this year, we're either going to have, I think we're going to have another leg up in One Piece, or simply put, the bubble's going to break and nobody likes One Piece and all the prices reset back down 30, 40, 50%. That's pretty much the probable things. I don't gamble, but looking at the situation, I would be very surprised if One Piece collapses, because to me it feels like we're just going through consolidation where people are buying and selling and flipping and trading. Because you guys know, 2 investors, we just go back and forth to each other. Nobody else is interested. I think by the next 3 to 6 months, I think somewhere on that timeline in 2026, One Piece is going to make a move again, because there's too many people fighting for it, man. There's too much demand for sealed One Piece. You know, I've been selling One Piece boxes since OP3, 4, because again, I was stupid and thought One Piece was dumb at OP 1, and 2. And the people who love it, man, they absolutely love it. And there are so many older One Piece sets. And folks, the supply of these older One Piece sets are not big at all. Anything Bass, all these older One Piece sets, and even the ones that are like OP 6, 7, 8, 9 that had larger print runs, I'm telling you, due to how many people are in that market with how much sealed product there is, all of these things, like even just, I don't know, a weak OP 7 compared to like a booming OP 13, 14 or something, I think in the long run overall, it's like sealed Pokemon. As long as One Piece continues to do what it's doing, and Bandai has continued to be very conservative on their print runs, and they're being respectful of secondary market, they're not going back and destroying their shit, which so far they've been doing. The sealed One Piece market still looks very attractive, everybody. Okay, are we ready to go to Magic yet? Okay, so before we go into the new Strixhaven hype, I know there's quite a bit of chatter because the prices across the board are skyrocketing. You guys are blowing me up on making a video on the new Strixhaven, so we're going to get to that in a second. But a couple things I need to address here. I was going to make a separate video on it, but I'm just going to do a quick little video here. Karlov Manor, out of nowhere, is gone. I know most of you guys are going to comment below and be like, oh, good, nobody gives a shit about that fucking foreclosed manor shit. So Karlov Manor is completely out at Wizards of the Coast. There was no last call. There was no announcement. I notified patrons about 48 hours ago. I was like, hey, heads up, everybody. Karlov is gone. And I quote, the Wizards of the Coast purchasing rep that works with distribution on supplies and orders, they opened the order book, his exact words, this Wizards rep, literally the exact words were, we are out, and this item is very low on the priority list, if we ever decide to reprint it. They're out. It's not officially out of print. They're out of it. They don't seem to care. I don't know if more is going to come in 1 year from now or something. But let's just put it this way. With what Wizards has on their plate, let's see, Foundations, Final Fantasy, Edge of Eternity, Lorwyn, Jesus, Ninja Turtles, what, Bloomborough, well, I guess what, Outlaws and Thunder, or Outlaws and Dusk, are those going? You're talking 5, 6, 7 sets that are in front that people are begging for. They are not going to put the printers on Karlov Manor when they could be printing Final Fantasy and this other stuff. That's my attitude. So again, unfortunately, $118 ship Karlov Manor boxes, everybody. Patrons, you had 2 years to get them. They're gone. I pulled that off the list. I don't know if the market's even going to care on this set. This isn't Outlaws or Dustmorn where I expect it to run to 130, 140, 150 or above. I don't know if Karlov has that. Karlov, because of the release, and I guess I shouldn't make a video on this, separate Karlov video. It's just the release of Karlov was so bad. Karlov was the first product to ever have play boxes, I think, right? I think so. And it was just a nightmare, folks. They collapsed so bad. The collector collapsed. And everybody fire sold. Every store I know lost their ass on Karlov. It was a whole... I know. Are we talking about Lord of the Rings Holiday, Rudy? Are we talking about Baldur's Gate? I know. Same fucking story a million times. So, but Karlov just has a very bitter undertone to most people. Like, even when I tell people this, people are like, yeah, great, Rudy. Nobody gives a shit. It's a garbage product. Yeah, just careful saying stuff like that. We can't... You know, they said that about Baldur's Gate, and... Whoa. You know, they said it about Commander Masters. Whoa. You know, they said it about Lord of the Rings Holiday. Whoa. You know, so Karlov is gone. I'll make a separate video in depth on that for those of you guys who weren't around the last two and a half years. It's just a very... I don't think people are going to miss it or care, but I feel like it could be a nasty sleeper product. It never got Amazon dumped. It was never overprinted. That Karlov thing's a weird one, man. I don't have a clear answer on that because the market hates it, but I don't know anybody who's invested and has large positions of Karlov Manor. Even the collector boxes. I don't know anyone because, I mean, those... Oh, God, it was a disaster. All right, but moving on. I don't want to... Separate Karlov video, I promise everybody. So... Right now, I want to address a little thing before we go to the new hot Strixhaven. Or maybe we might have to split this video up. I don't want to make an hour video. Okay, so based on what's going on, right now, Wizards is, as you all know, running out of play boxes on all these products. And I know you guys how I am about Game Piece Army and things should be available, but they should be properly managed. And so the normal play boxes, which need to be available to the market, the nation, the entire country and world, for Magic are a very imperative, important item to have available. LGSs in people, basement dwellers, Rudy on the third floor, everyone with any form of business, office, stores, WPN tournaments, anyone who does this stuff, regular boxes need to be available at realistic pricing to the public while it's in print or in standard or whatever. That is which is weird because a lot of people would think it's weird coming from me. Like the fact that we don't have, Edge of Eternities and Foundations that everybody made fun of it released being evergreen, all that. We don't have so many of these basic things is still a concerning variable with Magic. It can cause long-term damage. It can cause younger people, newer people in the ecosystem to be like, I can't get a normal cheap box. What the fuck is this? You can have side effects that do hurt your brand. And no, this is not collector boxes, not flashy variants, not serialization, not special guest subset, blah, blah. No. Just regular play boxes. And like right now, so when I get messages from stores, they're saying things like, Rudy, how do I handle if distribution's only giving me one case of the Edge of Eternity reprint coming up in a couple weeks? How do you handle that? If the boxes are $160 online, do I just do MSRP to make the MSRP people happy at $200 plus tax or something? Whatever the fuck MSRP is, I guess $200. Do I do that? But then MSRP gets angry because they can find it cheaper online. But do I just open it and sell packs in the store? Do I just use it for tournaments or anything? Do I just flip it online? So this is where it gets very, very funky, everyone. So, for all the business people who are trying to handle the general public and all the emotion, everything going on, you need to accept a couple things in this modern era of business. And that is, people are going to be angry and unhappy. If they walk into your local store, if they're in a private Facebook Discord group, if they're in a Rudy Patron, if they're whatever they are, doesn't matter. However they engage with the products in the card games, whoever is trying to manage and kind of keep the peace is going to be a bad guy in many people's eyes. There is no smooth way to make everyone happy. And my advice to all the LGSs in the country, that as we continue through this journey of you can't get regular boxes of Magic, Pokemon, forget it, you can't keep anything. In Pokemon, if you don't list the prices at market or do market minus a discount like Rudy, or if if you're not MSRP, the people try to screenshot, they come after you, review bomb you. The internet's going to try to do that kind of thing. Now, if you listed MSRP in Pokemon, you're so below market, a couple people are going to walk in your store, wipe you out, then you have no inventory for your other 1,000 customers. So 1% will buy you out. They're going to flip it online. They're going to make the money, and then you're still going to be broke, and your customers aren't going to come there because you have nothing on the shelf. You're in a lose-lose situation. And the customers and the people you want to keep during these times are the people that understand and have the intellect and have the IQ to know what's going on and why it's happening, and that are not going to go into a local store and attack the employee or try to film them and catch them scalping or whatever stupid young people do with their social media to get their clicks and make them look cool and to be the hero of reporting on the internet. Those kind of people, you can't cater to that. You have to cater to the people that when the market changes, and I sure as shit fucking promise you guys 100% G-word guarantee, as much as your stepmom makes me pretty much Taco Tuesdays, I promise you, this market will change again. And some of the distributors who are making poor choices, some of the customers who are begging for MSRP, when the market changes, these people, these entities, they will get fucked. I promise you. The people who are angry will leave the market. Distributors doing certain things and certain policies and things and treating certain stores a certain way, they will get what's coming to them. When this market changes and there's excess product or open order of this and that, the people who did a lot of the business from now and last few years, they will remember. And when the market shifts, you will see the winners and losers when that water level drops again. Some ships will bottom out and collapse. Others will fucking expand and conquer. And I assure you all, this is coming. I promise you all, I just don't know when. Markets like this are strong cyclical machines. We will move to the next part of the wave. The wave will do its thing, and when we move to the next part, these problems today are going to go away, and new problems are going to come back, and then the problems are just going to evolve. We're going to trade today's problems with a different style of anger and problems. Okay, so remember, for all my business people, those of you guys just flipping cards in your house or apartment, just don't over focus. Remember, what do they say? What is 10% of the worst customers cause 90% of your problems? And the other 90% of your customers are the best, awesome people. Don't be afraid to get rid of people who are higher risk, problematic, and simply they're just angry at you. Don't be afraid in your local stores. If you just got to politely say, hey man, I can't make you happy. It's okay. I appreciate you in the business in the past, but we had a good run. I got to let you go. It takes a bigger Timmy and a stronger set of testicles to understand that there is a point in life where single serving friends, people come and go out of human life all the time. And it's important to know when your time is up. It's important to know when the relationship is done. It's important to understand that you and person X, you're just not on the same page. And you cannot restructure a business. If you're going home at night and you're stressed about this one person, that's a red flag that you're not on the same page. So remember that, folks. So to give you guys an idea, right now, the thing I deal with is because I have all my patron army and you guys who watch and support me, I don't have all the standard play boxes. So I get the constant message of, well, damn, why should I support Rudy on Patreon and buy from him? He's only got 6 boxes at the cheap Rudy price instead of 10 now. All the good stuff's gone. So that's what I deal with. It's the same concept. You could walk into a store And they've got Spider-Man play, Avatar play, Jumpstart boxes, maybe Karlov Manor, Aether Drift. You see what I'm saying? You could have some of these items, but people are like, man, this place is shit, man. Where's the fucking Destined Rivals? Where's the Final Fantasy? Fuck this. And, it doesn't matter if you're in person, you're online, who you are. It's the same psychological hit across the board. It's just handled in a different internet, in person, in a basement. It's the same thing. And my advice to everybody is just remember, the market's going to evolve. Now, thankfully, to give you guys an idea, what I'm planning on doing is over the next 30 days, if we just don't get more play boxes, we're supposed to get a lot of Edge of Eternities, supposedly. Hoping, fingers crossed. If I can't see, let me give you guys an example from me. If Wizards reprints a Magic set, if I can't get more than 1,000 boxes of Edge of Eternities play, I can't put it on the cheap Rudy list for, I don't know, $100 a month a box shipped or something, or a month, $100 a box or something. I can't do that without the volume. Now, if I get 2,000-3,000 or more boxes, I can put on the Patreon list. You guys have at it. Take your time. It'll be in stock for months. You can buy once a month, do your thing. You can buy a single box. You can buy one big case. I don't care. But when, so Wizards controls how much they're reprinting, how long, they handle this. All these LGSs, the evil Rudies of the world, we just are kind of at the mercy of these machines, So, and then other times, well, distributors like, hey, man, I'll get you 3,000 Edge of Eternities, but you got to buy 1,000 Spider-Man play. And then, of course, what happens? Customers, patrons, people, and businesses go, man, that Rudy asshole, he's got it, but he's making me buy, I don't know, Aether Drift. Well, is that a bad thing anymore? I guess Aether Drift's good. Is Aether Drift going out of print next? Is that a thing? Rudy's making me buy Spider-Man. Because that happened about 6 months ago. Was it 6 months ago? Or was it 3 months? About 3-4 months ago or something. I got a wave of, was it Edge of Eternities? Or Lore? I got a big wave of something. But I had to get a pallet of Spider-Man play. So I bundled the Spider-Man play with the item I got. Now, patrons loved it. And of course, there were some people that just went, deep end, fuck everything. And, they go out in a blaze of glory. Same old thing. But this is just normal business for this part of the market cycle. So to answer for all my business people, the thousands of you working in LGSs, listing online, handling customers, running WPN tournaments, doing the thing, helping the machine. And for all of you out there, just remember, folks, just try to communicate with people. But you got to understand, the best piece of advice I can give most of you guys out there is when you get a difficult buyer on eBay or TCG Player, in person at your local store that's just causing problems, that's yelling and bitching at your employees, they're going in your store and they're trying to talk to them. Yeah, man, you guys play Magic here on WP? You guys play tournaments on Friday night? Yeah, this place sucks shit, man. They rip off. When you have someone who's kind of creating that kind of negativity in your business or during your tournaments or during your F&M, event of Magic or Modern, or you have a little Commander night or whatever, and if you have someone causing problems like that, yeah, you kind of got to take action at a point, because it can seriously impact your business, because that person, other people who are coming to your store can sit there and say, dude, I really don't like coming here. Every time we come here, this guy's just bitching and everything's negative, and it can have a bigger side effect than I think a lot of people realize. And that's the nasty reality. You do kind of have to police and make sure that your store and your business is stable. It's a real thing, So that's my speech. For me, like, if you're a patron, you guys support this channel just by, remember, you guys, I don't have outside sponsors. I decline everything. I'm like, I should. Maybe I should do sponsors one day. They offer you, like, what do they pay, like $5,000 just to do an ad read in a video or something stupid, or $3,000 to $5,000. Just insane money. I don't know. I can't. It's just weird to me. But like I said, you guys buy stuff from me. You talk to me on Patreon. You watch my videos. That's all I really care. Past that, the sponsor thing just seems weird. And I just remember, folks, I have the ability where I'm going to try to add some older stuff. I'm going to restructure, add more sales for older things, and give patrons more of a choice until we get more products in the next few months. But most businesses don't have that choice. They don't have that luxury. So again, when you are going to go to a local store and you're going to support your local community, just be nice. Be respectful. Some of these people have never been to a card store. Some of these people are new in a tournament. Don't be a fucking dick. Don't be an asshole. Just be a respect. If you don't like the prices, be like, no, I'll pass, man. That's just a little high for me. No big deal. No big deal. But don't go into people's stores. If there's a tournament on Friday night, or there's an EDH night, or if there's a modern, like, just be respectful. These are family businesses. Most card stores are mom and pop families. Most of these things are not giant franchises. This isn't Chick-fil-A. This isn't Taco Bell, bro. These are just small businesses with a couple employees and, a husband and a wife kind of running it. Just understand that, everybody. So that's my speech on there. I think I may just I'm going to make a separate video on the Karlov and the Strixhaven. I didn't want this video to run over an hour. I just want to at least start this video off and just let everybody know, yes, we are still in a period where a lot of this stuff is more tight than it should be. With the economy, the stock market, these wars, Bitcoin down 50%, all this turbulent stuff going on. I don't know how or when we're going to pivot, but we will pivot. And the sad thing is, and this is the part that always sucks about this, I still believe by the time the market changes on Magic and Pokemon, most of you all even watching this video won't even be in the market. You won't even watch this channel. You already be sold your collection. You'll be out of the industry. That's the problem. So many people have these opinions about the card world because they only have experienced it in certain chunks. It's very, very unusual that someone stays with it long term and has all this history and lore of the card world, But I do think I don't see the stock market being turbulent, gas going to $5, $6, $7 a gallon, wars happening around the world, volatility, Bitcoin being down, inflation flaring up again. I don't see all of this turbulence and volatility swinging around hitting the market. I have a difficult time visualizing that something like Magic the Gathering is going to be able to maintain a situation where they can't even print enough play boxes. Like collector boxes, I get it. They're limited, serialized cards. They come out at release, whatever. People, no matter what the internet says, collector boxes are still a limited item. They make a big old batch of it. It goes in the market. Everybody fights for them, and that's it. Now, a lot of you all out there have lost sight of this because of the new micro center with the new micro penis thing, where, somebody goes to some, micro penis somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and they take a picture on their phone, they put it online, say, look what's happening. And everyone's going, oh my God, how can I get that? And somebody will use this as an example. Here's a side quest for you guys. That's one of the reasons, I don't like the idea of a Lego business. Because Lego does a lot of deals with fire selling things with Costco, Sam's Club, BJ's. They do deals on Amazon where they fire sell 40, 50% off MSRP. So I don't think it's even good business to be in the toy market with modern Lego, because modern Lego is like Magic. Wholesale is like 60% of MSRP. And the Lego and these big boys dump product all the time at 60% of MSRP, sometimes at 50 or 40. I mean, half off. So you're in a situation where these stores and small businesses and overhead, you look like a fool and people make fun of you. It reminds me of that kind of thing. And with the micro center, micro penis thing, with collector boxes showing up on clearance because of one micro center with Spider-Man or, I don't know, Avatar or Turtles or whatever the fuck it is this month, you get these people online that use that as mental justification that the product's overprinted, it's trash, and it's done. And this is what creates the runway for stupid, idiotic, Timmy, retarded people like me to move in and say, everyone online is bashing Avatar. What is it, Avatar? No, Turtles now. It's Turtles, sorry. I'm in the wrong era. Everyone says Turtles the worst set ever. Damn, this guy must have heavy bags of Turtles. He's telling everyone you should buy Turtles collector boxes. You should do this. Man, what a fucking scumbag. Okay, fuck it. You're right. You're right. This is a channel I talk about cards. And I love the cards. I love the passion of it. And I like the turtle thing. So I said, fuck it. You guys are right. Do what you want. And of course, as you all know, you may want to check the price of Ninja Turtles and the collector boxes and look at the sell-through rates and look at the cheapest collector box in P.C.G player, and then look at what happens if 50 or 100 boxes of Turtles sells, and Look at what's happening. And I stand by what I said a month and 2 and 3 months ago. Turtles collector boxes are going to be $1,000. And anything at release, I said before release, is anything under 400 is a buy. And I think Turtles collector boxes are going to be over 1,000. And I think it's going to happen really fucking quick. I think it's going to be faster than our 5-year target. I think it's going to be more because, again, it's a situation where the internet decided for most people. The internet made the decision, and weaker-minded people say, oh, well, I saw it online. I saw it online, I don't know who those people are, but they got to be smart. No. You saw it from people who are loud and vocal, who are probably very low income, who don't put a lot of skin in the game, and their way of not having much skin in the game is they replace that skin in the game with being very noisy on the internet. And what happens is people who are truly interested in this hobby take advice from these loud, squeaky wheels on the internet, and they get frustrated because they miss out and shit goes wrong. Does Rudy get things wrong? Damn straight I do all the time. But we talk about it, and it's okay. And remember that. Do not be embarrassed if your local store gets something wrong. If you bought into Midnight Hunter, Crimson Vow, and you got it wrong, don't be embarrassed for getting things wrong. We are human. The best thing to do is make the decisions today based on the available information and based on what you think is going to happen, based on historical trends, how you feel about the product, and then you make your decisions. Be very careful using those squeaky, loud, fucking idiotic voices on the internet, that plague all these Reddits and Discords and Facebooks and MySpaces. Those are usually people, they don't have skin in the game. So remember that, everybody. So we're going to end this video here, which means we're halfway through. Now I'm fucking with you. We're going to end the video. Just remember, everybody, stay the course. No matter what. It will work out. It's in the cards. And I assure you, the market will calibrate. It's not going to crash. It's not going to the moon. The market will calibrate. I assure you all. No one in the world is saying Pokemon and Magic aren't going to stabilize. No one's saying that. Everyone right now in the entire world is arguing who's right, who's gonna nail when it's gonna stabilize. Everyone on the internet is saying the same thing. Pokemon's not crashing. It's not this Magic. Everyone's arguing when is it going to recalibrate? When is it going to come down in price? That is the argument. No one's saying it never will. We're going to have down times and soft times and bear markets and everything. And we're supposed to have bad times. Fuck, people. I don't know why. People are just so humans. And I'm sorry, I love America and the United States. Fucking love it. But God, so many Americans are just stupid as shit, man. We are supposed to have bad times and bad markets. It makes us stronger. It teaches us things. It removes the leverage from the system. It cleans the market. It flushes out the leverage, the people who shouldn't be in the market. All of this stuff is important. And you can only achieve this by having shitty markets. You gotta have those bear markets. You gotta have that shit that slaps you in the face. Chuck Norris may be gone, but you're damn straight he's still around. I can feel the fist of Chuck Norris. If I walk around, if I try to exercise, I can feel the fist. Sometimes it just swipes across my beautiful, hairy old face. Okay? Chuck may be gone, but he is still here. And I'm telling you, folks, for those of you who are going to stick around, if you're the 1%, it's worth it. But man, you're not battling Rudy. You're not battling your local LGS. You're not battling distribution. You're not battling the scammers. You're battling yourself on what you think things are worth. Because all of us, don't think something should be worth what it is, so you don't buy it. Rudy sold that One Piece. I want it, but it's not worth that. Nobody's arguing whether you want something. Everybody today is arguing the pricing. Where should that pricing be? Pokemon, you price it too low, everybody buys it out, they just flip it online, they take the profit from you. And you still don't have product, and your customers are still pissed. If you price it at market price, people try to attack you, and they come after you on the internet, and you guys would be blown away how many emails I'll get on a monthly basis of just people, young people. Rudy, like your channel. I don't know why. And Rudy, there's a store here. I'm telling you, there's a store here in Chicago, man. There's a store here in Flint, Michigan with the dirty water. There's a store here in New York or Jersey or Philly or Baltimore. Rudy, there's a store here. Bro, they're selling Pokemon boxes. They got Destined Rivals boxes, Rudy, for $5.99. Dude, can you blast them on your channel? Can you help me stop these people or put them out of business? No, I can't. And I won't. I'm not in the business to attack other people. That's awful business. No business succeeds long term built on the backs of destroying others and just attacking people. It doesn't work long term, everybody. You can't get angry at a store because the price is too high, and your way of getting back at them is to devote your time and effort on the internet to go after them. Like, dude, just don't buy it. Who cares? So, that's all, folks. Just understand. Be patient. Stay the course. It will work out. And I assure you all, there's no way Hasbro and Pokemon can endlessly do what it's doing in a world of turbulence and volatility. I don't know what the tipping point's going to be, but things will level and calm. I promise. We just don't know when. Oh, well, Rudy, Pokemon 30th is coming. Well, Rudy, you see Magic's lineup? Yeah, I know Magic's lineup. We got this fucking crazy Strixhaven 2.0 coming that's off the charts amazing. Yeah, I know. There's another Marvel set that everyone thinks going to zero. I know. We got a cool space set coming. And yeah, there's Star Trek coming for the holidays. And if you don't think fucking Star Trek's going to boom, then I can't help you. Like, bro, I mean, are you an idiot? So, everybody, stay the course. I know it's expensive. Don't leverage. If you got to skip some products, skip some products. But be patient, everybody. In the long run, it is worth it. Don't forget to max out your 401ks. A lot of exposure to the S&P, especially buy that VU, buy that SPY, especially if we have some good short-term dips from the wars or tariffs or whatever happens or anything that happens. Make sure, guys, that's a thing because, like I said, there's the long-term opportunity in this stuff is massive. It's massive, everybody. You guys can't comprehend. So that's my speech. And once again, thanks for watching the channel. Thanks for viewing my videos. Patrons, thanks for watching. I haven't said it in a while. Make sure you buy a t-shirt. eBay link below. Sorry, I think most of the sizes are gone. I think I've only got like extra large and 2XL left. Everything's wiped out. We've sold fucking thousands. There's 2 sizes left you guys are interested in. Don't forget, if you buy a shirt, I'll make $5-6 off of you. So I can take that money and rub it all over me like an evil person. And yeah, consider being a patron. We can talk. You can ask me anything. I'm open book. And yeah, the internet's right. Don't forget, everybody. Everyone gets one shot at Patreon with me. If you close your account, you are locked out and banned for life. Rudy is an asshole. Those rumors in the internet are true. So you cannot open and close your account every time you want something or you claim something. And unfortunately, a strict system is required in an economy, in a world where people are volatile. There's a lot of anger, hate, and there's a lot of fraud. So yeah, strict things are important, unfortunately. All right, everybody. Have a beautiful day. I'll be back here to have a conversation with you guys about Karlov and a conversation on Strixhaven. Other than that, folks, life's beautiful. Spend your time learning things. Don't get sucked in the drama. Long term, you look back and you go, God, why did I care? Why did I spend all my time on that drama? Nobody gives a fuck. Spend it with good people. Life's short.
Life's short. Rudy's penis. Mar-a-Lago penis.